We're getting ready for the podcast. You see my underwear on live TV.
That looks good.
Can you edit that out?
Yeah, I can.
Thank God.
Well, I don't know.
I'm Casey.
I'm Christian.
Oh shit, hold on.
Alright, so we're just going to
Actually, I'm Casey.
chop right here.
You're,
Christian.
and we are.
Commit a cause.
What's-
That's very weird.
We're
That felt
We're
weird.
having a lot more fun with
Oh.
it now. It's not as formal as it used to be. Hello, I am Casey.
Still felt weird, but
Alright, so we're recording two different formats this time. One here, one there, so hopefully everybody can hear. It's just fun.
if not,
If not,
we'll figure it out as
we'll
we
have to
go.
fix it one of these days.
Got a new background.
Yeah, we had to tell them why.
Yeah, the focus was horrible. I don't know if you guys noticed that we were very dark looking in the video, but it's bad. Just stick around the
How are you?
I'm good.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Like a day and a half.
2 days. Yesterday we were supposed to film.
What happened yesterday?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, you fell asleep.
No, I didn't. I was here working.
The day before that, there was no possible way.
No.
Sunday. Yeah, Sunday we could not have
Sunday
recorded
was a
if we
bad
tried.
day. So,
That wasn't a bad day.
well, it was a great day, but anyways, the main topic of this podcast, of course, we're going to have our news, highlights, everything else from the week, or for the last couple of days until we
Yeah,
start
we got
going
a couple
to
days
a
going
week.
on.
But it's going to be communication. So last episode, well, we don't know how in the order you're going to see them, but we're going to do one about influence. The first one was about stigmas. The second was, I can't even remember the second one.
Comfort zone?
I don't know. Anyways,
I just posted it yesterday. You
well, if
watched
they had
it.
titles, it would be a lot easier to know.
They did. If you would read the subtitles, you click on it. There's also tags,
I don't wanna read
hashtags.
subtitles. Neither did our listeners. Vote him out. This is my podcast.
Vote him out.
This is my podcast now. I'm just kidding. So, this one's all about communication. Clear communications. Friends, colleagues, relationships,
Jobs.
school, everything you do.
Anybody and everybody. Like
It's all about
communication is
communication.
kind of the world.
Is key. And how easy it is to mess up communications through
Miscommunication
social media,
can
phone
be
calls,
horrible.
or text, email,
Or
snaps.
email, or memos, or letters.
We're gonna
Sarcasm. That's a good way to miscommunicate because people are idiots.
Well, he said that. I didn't.
You were thinking it.
Okay, so let's start. Let's not go straight into that, or they won't listen to us for a long time.
Well, we got the message. We're done, Aaron.
No, so let's talk about some news first and foremost for everybody listening that hasn't got to check the news lately. All right, what do you know? Another school shooting.
Right.
I'm
This
pretty sick
happened
of-
yesterday morning, Tuesday morning, depending on when this actually airs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sick of seeing these in the news.
Yep. This one, did you read much on it?
Yeah, okay, so this was in Maryland.
Yeah, this one seemed more like a kid that was upset with his girlfriend.
So, okay, so let's just break it down. School shooting in Maryland.
17-year-old injured 2 and then was shot by,
By the resource
security-
officer.
Yeah, the
And he
officer.
had a handgun.
Yep. I don't
Not
know.
an but was that an AR-15?
Nope. I don't know how many people know this, but handguns are, illegal to purchase unless you're 21 and up. And a 17-year-old kid.
21 in Maryland, are you sure?
It's anywhere. I
Okay.
guess.
I don't know.
I'm almost positive that's like a federal law, but you have to be 21 or older to get a handgun, and there's a background check. But
Somehow.
how did this kid who's 17 years old
So
get a handgun?
does that discredit the other side, the argument we have?
Oh, we were on the same side.
No, I know. I'm.
Oh, yeah, for the-
I'm saying because if they're illegal, they can't get them.
Right?
Yeah.
That's how I feel. But, I mean, more power to the people that want to put the little light on top of their house saying this is a gun-free zone.
Oh my God.
Did we ever actually talk about that in a podcast?
We
Didn't
didn't.
that one get
Let's
erased?
finish this topic and go to that. So, all right. So, there's two main points of this story for me personally.
Okay.
One,
It was illegal.
it's controversial, but my standpoint on guns is if the right person is able to buy the gun, that's okay. I think people should be vetted for a psychopathic background or mental lapses or criminals, obviously.
I mean, that's all part of
If
the
you're of
background check, I
sound,
feel like.
I know, but it could be a little more thorough. We can all agree with that a little bit. If you're vetted and you can buy a handgun or a fucking machine gun, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want, you should be able to buy it.
Right.
However, if you've had issues, so other people, we shouldn't have them at all. We shouldn't have certain guns. Shouldn't do this. Shouldn't do that. So this gun's illegal for this kid to have, and he has it. So I think
that's a big, like,
turning point, because
it's a big slap in the face to everybody. It's like, oh, ARs need to be banned because he could have killed so many people. Like, well, most handguns you can get with pretty simple, like 20-round like magazines in a handgun. That's 2/3 of an AR. He still could. It's easily concealed. He came into school with it and shot up like 2 people.
And I agree with you. And it's not like you're in warfare. 20 bullets from anything is 20 bullets from anything.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing a Kevlar to math class, and I'm also sitting here, please God, not making fun of victims or anybody
No.
who's ever been through that. That's, like I said, I'm sick of seeing it. The world's a fucking sick place. I hate it. However, if somebody's going to put a bullet in you, from me sitting to you, we're about 2 feet if you can't see us.
Yeah, we're
I mean, I'm going to kill you with a handgun or a 22 or an AR-15. I mean, it's going to hurt. It's 1 or 2 shots probably going to kill you.
Right.
So
caliber doesn't matter depending on the intention. Like, that's a very situational thing.
that's what I'm saying. So how can you stamp such a blanketed ban for those things? Is what I'm saying. And I know you don't agree with that. I'm just arguing for the sake of arguing.
Yeah, and like the idea of like, let's ban ARs. Well, first off, why AR? Because it's just something people have used. You can get ARs in 22s.
It's just
you have
the
a
most
22
popular.
AR.
I have a 22 LR that looks identical to an AR.
Right, and I have like a 300 Blackout, which is a silenced like long distance rifle. Like, still an AR-15, but like that's not what any of these school shootings have been with. But people that would want to ban ARs, I mean, you can't have our guns anymore.
Right, and we're completely same. We go to the gun range and shoot, and together on Sundays we're going to start filming, like we said.
Sunday gun day.
But it's the ones. But like I've said multiple times, and I don't actually have the exact facts up here, buddy. We're talking to you. Shout out to his dad. He's been really good listening to us and things, and we're pretty happy about that. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of the largest school massacres ever happened either in China, Korea, or somewhere with a knife. They were like,
yeah, I heard about that. Like, that was crazy too.
First of all, with a knife, that's a long time of very bad things happening. Killing one person with a knife, I would imagine in school, would take a while. I don't know. I've never done it, and I'm not laughing at them. I'm not laughing at that. But to kill upwards of ever how many? Man, that's
with a knife, because guns are banned in China. I remember reading that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like this.
And then the one with the guy with the U-Haul truck, or not naming U-Haul as well, just some kind of truck ran over so many people. But I want to flip this because we do want to spread good vibes. So we actually have a bright spot in this story, and that's that an armed guard did take down a shooter before he was completely able to hurt anybody else. I mean, I think the respawn time was like a minute or 2 minutes or something. He heard the gunshot, and they both shot, and didn't say how it killed the shooter. I'm sure chest or face, obviously.
Yeah, he got him.
But in the
he diffused the situation,
and he wasn't hit at all.
No.
So I'm kind of lost for words. Where did guns fail us in this situation?
I mean, it stopped him from shooting anybody else. He's not allowed to buy that gun that he used to kill or injure people with.
Right.
But see, people want to blame like the government for that, but the government kind of did its job there. We had like security that saved the situation. We had laws preventing this kid from having that gun. So
that's where I am. I need to do a lot more research on how they would train and how they would talk and educate teachers with guns. I don't know if I'm all for that at all, because I've had some shitty teachers who at any time could pull a 9 on me, would have. Not saying I was a bad student, but I'm just saying Right. We've all been there, and teachers can snap. Probably, I would think a teacher would snap faster than probably most professions, because kids are assholes. Like, it's just a thing that's real. However, I think one key to the solution would be more guards at a school, and that's so sad. But it's our taxes. I would gladly take an increase in tax pay to make sure kids are safe at schools. I don't have any, but I'd still do it.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Just like I wish my shitty roads were better, but
your roads are by far the worst at any place that I drive.
Any city I've ever been in. However, I would love to see more guards at schools to do exactly what
I would like to see this prevented.
I would actually like to find this guy's name. Just.
And I would also like to not get a flat tire on the way home because of how bad your roads are.
I'm sorry.
While at the same time not looking like I'm drunk because I'm swerving over these potholes and there's always a cop out there. It's a horrible, like, balancing act. But, you know, that happens. You looking up the security guard's name?
New from David Baldacci.
Copyright. Actually, there's no copyright.
Raw.
Wow. You
Yeah.
got anything over there while I'm doing it?
I mean, like, bringing up other topics.
School resource officer Blaine Gaskill
Props to that guy for...
responded to the scene in less than 1 minute. The sheriff said Gaskill fired a round at the shooter, and the shooter fired a round simultaneously, Cameron said again. Also, I read on here, too, he responded exactly as we train our personnel to respond. I don't know where I read this, but you'll have to look it up.
What was his name again?
The resource officer,
yeah.
Blaine Gaskill.
Props to that guy. Good job.
Seriously, good job to you. But it said this wasn't the first time he's had to stare down a gun for some reason. I didn't read into that. But,
Other news.
but I'm done with the school. Let's just stop shooting
wait.
up schools, please.
Yeah,
Can
let's
we
just
can we
not?
stop?
Can we not?
Like, if you want to
You got a
shoot
problem
somebody,
with
just shoot. If you really just want to go shoot somebody, shoot yourself.
Join the army.
Yeah, go shoot. Well, that's horrible. I don't. Any country, we're not promoting that. But
Nah.
if you're just so obsessed with it, just shoot yourself. For God forbid, don't shoot a kid.
Right.
I mean, it's not. It's fucking science. Just
Let's
don't
jump
do
into
it.
the little lights on the houses.
Oh yeah, you want to start that, or do you?
I don't. You were the one that brought it up last time. It was something about well, this is a gun-free zone, and it was like a movement to place a light bulb on outside of your house or something, like a colored light.
So yes and no. Let me bring this up so we can actually. A lot of people report it false. However, I'm not going to report on a false subject because it is a rumor that a red light on the house represents a gun-free zone. So this is, and we're the middle cause, so we're men, and I'm not taking away from anybody's points of view, okay? I'm not.
Right.
But I saw a certain side of politics. If a rumor gets started so much that people start to believe it, they'll jump right on because they believe it as well.
Yep.
So a rumor was going around that a red light on a porch meant a gun-free zone.
And a lot of people started doing that.
And that was a rumor that started. However, even in my city, we've seen it.
We've seen
I
some
showed
red
you. I
lights.
drove to the house to show you. We should have recorded it. Probably put it on the channel. We can still do it. It's still there. That it is a gun-free zone. So the rumor started. It was false at first because there was other reasons for that. I don't actually know those reasons, but people believed that it was for that reason and started doing it, and it became very popular on the East Coast. I
Did
know
you
for
see
a fact.
the Matrix meme on the
But how
exact same topic?
stupid? How stupid?
Right, like it's the meme, like it's Neo that like he stops all the bullets coming at him, and it was like like gun-free zone, and then it shows the effects of it, him stopping all the bullets. Like, to be real, that's just like asking somebody to come rob you. Like, hey, I can't
Even
defend
if you
myself.
don't have a gun, just shut up. Like, just don't.
Right, like why? That's literally making yourself a target.
If one of my neighbors had it, I think I would be offended because I'm going to get caught in something.
Right, like I
If
don't
you
want.
live right beside me and you're advertising that none of us have guns, you know how mad I would be.
I'd be hanging like an RA flag.
Yeah, I'd hang an AR for my door. Not saying we're right-wing nuts. I don't mean that,
No.
but enough is enough. I mean that's just so insane to me.
Like,
that's
even,
not
okay, say
even-
if you are a person that doesn't believe in guns, you should also be a person that believes in like realism and that there's still robbers out there
who
who
have
use guns.
guns.
So even if you don't believe in guns and you don't want them around you, the best way to not have them around you is to not let people know you don't have any.
Yeah.
Like saying like hanging a flag up that says, "Hey, come rob me because I don't have guns." It's not a great strategy.
What? I read something about how on the opposite spectrum, if you have a green light, which I've also seen in the city, green lights are supposed to represent your support and appreciation for veterans. I think that's badass. It's almost
cool.
like a slap in the red light faces, and I love that.
I haven't heard about that one.
It's real. Yeah, it's a real thing. And there's actually one right down here.
That's cool.
Sadly, they have a New England Patriots flag, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
I like the black and white flag with the blue bar. Like
Blue lives matter. Yeah, I'm right here to tell you all lives matter.
Right.
I don't give a shit what color you are. If you respect me and you're nice to me, I like you. If you're an asshole, white, black, yellow, red, I don't care. That's just how I am. That's how I know you are too. But
If you're the size of a wall,
what?
covered in tattoos,
Oh yeah.
look like you might be the Hulk.
Oh no. I'm not going there on this podcast, but
Anyway.
you're on your fucking hole on that one.
That's
Christian has a beautiful girlfriend. No, I'm just kidding.
oh yeah.
All right,
No.
so
Oh.
we're spreading good vibes. We know
Good
that.
vibes.
But we got to get the shit out of the way. So we took that topic and we pulled something good out of the officer. This is my next topic.
Then we gave advice to the people that wanted to be anti-gun.
Yeah, if you want to be anti-gun, do
More
it.
power
but
to
just
you, but
don't
be
promote
smart about it. Yeah, just be smart about it. If you think it's a good idea to represent your cause, good. Post on Facebook.
No, don't post on Facebook.
Well, just, you
'cause
know,
it's on
however-
my Facebook. I don't
Right.
want to see the shit.
Well, either way, you just, vent it
Use-
however you
use
need,
something that
but
I
don't
don't
make
use.
it public.
Go to Etsy.
Sell
or Pinterest.
wristbands. or
Sell
something.
wristbands. Stay out of our fucking faces. We
Well,
like shooting guns.
Literally
and being
leaving a
safe.
light on at night that says, "Hey, come rob me" is a bad idea. Just for all those people that have those lights.
It's on at night. It's like when you go to sleep. Like why? You know. I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
All right. I know
Well,
that.
actually, you said something, but I forgot. You were talking about something just now.
Guns. The Hulk.
No, after that, you're talking about the guns about something. I don't know. Oh, about bringing out the good in that. Yeah, that guy really was a hero.
Oh yeah.
People like
Props
that.
to him.
Those type of people need to be in the news more than the shooter.
Right,
is.
like, for example, the news. School shooting, 2 injured. Not.
They didn't say his
Not-
name was not anywhere in the headlines. You have
Right,
to read
not,
so far. Gas kill.
Yeah, saves
Could be gas.
saves
kill,
school
gas
from
kill,
shooter.
gas
Like, that's not how it's worded. School shooting, 2 injured.
kill. Yeah, obviously, right to the
Not, like hero saves school from shooter, only 2 injuries.
Exactly. So, do you know what happens? What I heard a very wise man say to me one time. What happens when you advertise that that you don't have guns in the home? When someone breaks in, you call somebody and you wait on them with the guns.
Yep.
I mean,
I've heard it
if
phrased
you
differently, yeah.
didn't care that somebody was going to break in on you with a gun, why not just sit and try to reason with them? Why call the cops who have the guns to come and kill them?
Right, yeah, I don't want guns here, so I'm not going to call the police.
It's like, hey, you broke in the house. You better get out of here, buddy.
Your guns are welcome in
You
here,
can come in
sir.
here and rob me, but you leave the guns outside, buckaroo. You better get that weed eater out there.
Yep. So next in the news, crazy enough, Amazon overtakes Alphabet in the market cap. Alphabet's the umbrella corporation for Google, and the fact
Let's
that
talk a little bit louder because I can hear what you just said.
Amazon overtakes Google in the marketplace.
For Alphabet,
That Alphabet's their parent company, like they own Google and all the other Google
so
subsidiaries.
do all their money report to the one company?
Yeah, so
Holy
like Google's
shit.
total enterprise under Alphabet.
Is there any other companies besides Google and Alphabet?
Yeah, like all the other, like Google has a billion different, like Nexus and Android and all those things.
So all that was
All of
taken
Google.
over.
Well, it's not taken over. It's just like
no.
Amazon jumped ahead
took
of them.
the lead in
Yeah.
price, yeah.
Of the 3 biggest companies in the world, not
Right,
America or
yeah.
anything like that.
Well, obviously,
Apple's-
where are we coming out of, like, Bangladesh? There's a secret company over there
and
making
Dubai's got big
$20.
money.
I don't know what I believe about Dubai. I'd like to discuss that in depth later.
All right.
Dubai's a weird place to me. I think there's a lot of Bitcoin freaks over there who are doing
A lot of that's oil money. Like,
a lot of it is, but I think they move there to be out of the radar.
Either way, I'd do it.
Well, I mean, I would too, but I'm not going to go over there and. Anyways.
Yeah. So basically, today at the end of the market, like time frame, Amazon jumped in the lead by $5 billion greater than Alphabet, with $768.1 billion over Google's $763.
So in one day they took a $5 billion increase almost, or was it gradual?
It's just showing year over year, but today was the day that they surpassed them.
Amazon, right?
Yeah, Amazon's ahead of Google and like biggest company in the world now. Like, yeah, that can change tomorrow. Like something can happen, but as of the end of day, at this airing, very well.
What's his name? Bezos?
Yeah, Jeff
Bezos.
Bezos.
Have you seen him lately?
Yeah.
He's a jack mofo, dude. Seriously.
No, I haven't seen him.
Here, let me bring this up while we're talking. So what do you think that means? Tell me what that means.
I think Amazon's going places. Like, everybody already knew it, but, like, I feel like they're going to be in.
Do you
more
feel
and
this
more
is
things.
because of investing, because they see the future and they act like they see the future, whereas Google and them try to be traditional while they change small things? Amazon don't give a shit. Like, if they think something will work, they'll do it. The grocery thing,
Yeah, they bought Whole Foods.
well, but I'm talking too, and I'll have to look this up, but where you order groceries on Amazon, then you go pick it up and it's already bagged and waiting for you and paid for.
Yeah.
You know how much I would enjoy that in our city? If I could have an Amazon pickup. I think this too. Soon everything will be your food delivery, everything will be droned. Related. Look at him. Dude.
How old is he?
He's like, I don't know, but did you see, like, look at the difference in him in 98 and 2020. Dude, he went from, can I help you, to, you can help me do whatever the hell I want. Dude, he's scary. Look him up, guys. But
He's making moves though. And it's crazy
yeah.
to think it started out as like an online book company, and now he's the second biggest company
for college
in the
books,
world.
right?
I was just literally online book ordering because this was the beginning of the
So
internet.
what happened? Where did he sell his soul? Because I need to know that.
I actually did a.
How did he overtake eBay and stuff with all used sales of goods and all that? Like, how did all that?
Well, a lot of his, like, the idea behind Amazon in the beginning was he started out selling books. With
No,
nobody
I get
else on it.
that.
But then it just turned into, he's a hub. Like, Amazon itself is like a hub. Like, they don't make stuff. They literally take suppliers, they have warehouses, and then they figured out logistics.
Like eBay.
Well, no, because that's just people selling used goods. Yeah, there's stores, but
Oh,
there's a lot of
there's
used
tons.
stuff. But they're finding, like, suppliers. You're not going to go buy direct from, like, Toyota on eBay. Like, that's just where you find, like, wholesale
But you
stuff.
can.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
But he was.
He's
smart
literally,
enough
he
to-
went to these companies and said, hey, you know, like, we've got all this logistics and shipping. You can put your stuff in our warehouse. We get a partial fee from what you sell.
He's the Mark Cuban of used books.
I think he's worth a little bit more than Mark Cuban.
No, I'm talking about in 1998.
Right. But that is crazy that that's the second biggest company in the world now.
What's the first? Apple?
Yep. I don't even understand how that's still going.
I don't either. For how long do you think?
I think there'll be a decline because, like, with all the complaints,
Is
the
it-
weird part.
Is it just the hipster thing? I mean,
I don't know.
what
Like,
is
it's a
it?
cult following. Because with Apple, like, I have a MacBook. I like my MacBook. I don't have an iPhone. There's too many issues for me.
But without their own dedicated network like Apple LTE or whatever, it's like I don't feel like people upgrade their phones that much. Like everybody in my circle has had the same phone for years. Like I don't get where all this revenue's coming from.
I don't get where the money's coming from because sales have been down and down and down. Like, not low, but it's not like as crazy as they used to be. Like, back in the day, Steve Jobs, like, blew up through the roof. But now it's like, you know, all new MacBook comes out with a touch bar. Like, a month later, you see all kinds of headlines. This MacBook sucks, I'm taking it back. And it's just like, well, where's this hype keep coming from? All new iPhone X. Well, just kidding. We're coming out with an iPhone X Plus because it wasn't big enough for people to complain. Like,
Who does that sound like though? Nintendo. The new Wi-Fi Wii U, new 3DS, new.
hey, they killed it with the Switch though.
So far, somewhat, I agree. But I ran into issues with my Switch. I'm not going into there. We'll have a video game topic one day.
All right.
Next topic. You want me to go next, or you want to know another one,
The other topic that I have for the news, this one's interesting because I don't know how I feel about it, and I personally probably wouldn't contribute, but male birth control pill shows early promise, but will it work?
To me, hell no. I'm not doing that.
I ain't unloading my gun.
No. In more ways than
You
one.
like how we related the news right there? I ain't unloading my gun. Like,
I hate to be that dude. I'm not doing that. And I'm not saying that I don't even, like, if I'm with a woman and she don't want to take birth control, that's up to her. Like,
right?
it's
Yeah,
not-
that's her business, but I'm not getting pressured into that, no matter.
Well, I mean, how would that work? Do you have how it works to suppress the...
Sperm count generation or whatever.
You know how scary that is?
Yeah, what if it doesn't come back?
Right. And it's so new that you don't...
What if worse things happen? Like, that's a complicated system that we don't need
The
to...
menopause are sitting here telling you, men, do not take male birth control. No
I mean,
matter
I'm
what.
not, like, you can take it if you want.
No, you can't. Don't do it.
I'm not.
Don't take it. I'm saying don't take it. Don't feed that machine, please, for the love of God.
I'm not.
No, there's no way. And if you want to take it, then you probably deserve it.
I mean, I feel like if you want to take it, you're probably the kind of guy that would get a vasectomy.
If you want to take it, you're probably the guy that don't even have kids anyways and reproduce, so whatever. I don't even really want to go too far in that because it's just a simple no for me, no matter what.
That's scary stuff. That's
Yeah,
no
that's
business in
alchemy.
my life.
I don't like alchemy. I don't trust
Witchcraft.
I don't trust alchemy.
Some witchcraft.
Okay, so let's go to the
All right.
last. Well,
Did you have any news topics?
I got the last news topic. Well, I had the school shooting. I had this last one. Then I want to get into some sports.
All right.
And I'm not. This episode, ladies and gentlemen, this is the what did it say? The 20th, 19th. It's the 19th.
I think it's the 20th, dude.
Yeah, it's the 20th. So I'm not going to go into NCAA March Madness because, number one, my bracket is fucked. Number two, so much shit happened that we don't have time.
But we can talk about, real quick, how do you feel, not about the game itself, but about the refs in the Marshall WVU game?
No, that we just weren't. We didn't show up. Marshall deserved. I mean, everything. Guys, this part's going to be quick. I mean, it's our hometown. It's
Right.
We're in West Virginia. Marshall WVU is a big thing for us. Number one, Marshall didn't show up. They didn't play any type of tournament ball with them. West Virginia toyed with them for about 6 to 7 minutes until they brought their press on. Everybody knows West Virginia is press Virginia. Everybody knows when they turn that up, it's over. And it showed through and through, 100% without flaw. They turned the press on, it was over. But what I will talk about with this is one of the most glorious things that's ever happened to me in my entire life.
What was that?
And that is, we know of Mr. John Elmore. Much respect. I'm a huge fan of John Elmore. He lives right here in town. He goes to Marshall. He is a fantastic, fantastic ball player. If you're listening, John, much love, much respect. So, what happens with, I don't actually know how many minutes. There's a pretty good chunk of change left there. Second half, Marshall's getting blew out. Who do they put in? Ott Elmore, John's brother. So I'm watching this game with my grandfather. I've never seen this kid, Ott Elmore, or this guy. I guess he's probably my age at this point. And this is so much respect to you, Ott, man. You are the shit. This morning, he was the number 11 topic on Twitter trending in the world. Ott Elmore. So I want to read some tweets. So let me just read this statement out right here, courtesy of the New York Post, and we're not getting paid for these guys. This is just really good. It just blows my mind that Marshall's getting talked about in the New York Post. Marshall got buried by number 5 West Virginia 94-71 in the second round of the NCAA tournament on Sunday, and it was never particularly close. But with the game with little to offer, the internet found something or someone to get excited about. I love that this happened to Marshall.
Nice little break there.
His name is Ott Elmore. The Thundering Herd senior guard got in at the end of the game, and Twitter instantly went wild, heaping praise, jokes, and jokes on the portly, balding older brother of Marshall star John Elmore. His rec league player physique and glorious tenacity, he picked up, listen to this shit, he picked up 4 fouls, including a technical foul, and 3 points in 9 minutes of play. Inspired those of us who wonder whether we could participate in March Madness to say, yes, we probably can. All right, so I want to read some tweets, okay?
All right.
Ott Elmore has played 1 minute, has 3 fouls, and a 3-pointer. It's pretty cool that Ott Elmore gets to play with his son, John, right now. Not every day a 45-year-old gets to play in the tourney with his boy. That's so fucked, dude. That's so bad. But I swear, when he came out, they kept saying Ott Elmore, and I thought they were talking about John, but I thought they were just saying like a nickname or something. I was like, what? Like, I've watched John for all year.
Yeah.
I've been, I go to the games. I'm a regular at the Marshall games. So I was like, what? And I feel bad as a fan that I did not even have a clue this guy played. It says, if Ott Elmore getting technical fouled up is not one of the shining moments, I'm quitting college basketball. That was another player. Positive spin. Fans around the country will speak of the legend that is Ott Elmore for years to come. Go Herd. These are from all over the country.
Yeah.
My pickup game is so Ott Elmore. What a guy. Can we please allow a one-time transfer to acquire Odd Elmer for the next round? I need more of his grid on my TV. So I'm not hating on the guy. It's just funny because I'm.
No, like the coverage he got from that like couple minutes.
Oh, he's
is
instantly a
astounding.
star. Yeah,
Like that's awesome.
and he played great. He had great tenacity and all that.
But their description of him was hilarious.
And I'll tell you this, they weren't wrong.
But good for him for like being as like he got his 15 minutes of fame and now he's like trending over the world.
Yeah, he gained probably so many followers and that. Which he played great. I mean,
Right,
he
yeah.
fired him up.
Not against his basketball skills at all.
No, but it was so good to see like a funny, positive thing coming from the Marshall. This was a historic season.
Yep. We made Marshall history.
Well, 31 years. 31 or 37. I think it's 31 getting to the dance. We've never won a game. We won the first round and got put out in the second year. And who better to get put out by than WVU? I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, a better team this year. Not saying in Conference USA or anything like that. Marshall played a fucking hell of a season, and don't want anybody getting crazy on me. But they honestly just could not stack up against a team like WVU.
I feel you.
Devontae's just a baller, dude. I mean, we can go into that forever, but I don't want to talk about that forever. So,
Onto your sports topic there.
So yes, I do want to go into sports here, more so than I just did. I'm sorry. So we have a very, 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 very.
Cool be the interview Ott. Hey Ott, if you're listening, man, we got a spot for you that you're more than welcome to vent to the public.
I'll pay you to come to our podcast. I will pay you right now $200 or more to come to our podcast.
Or more.
I mean, I'll start at $200. I mean, I don't think you're worth like a lot more than that, but I'll definitely pay you. You're going to be. You'll probably graduate from Marshall with a master's degree, but come and talk to us for an hour and get paid $200.
Yeah.
Buy you a beer too, because you are the fucking quintessential dad bod that I love, dude. You are the man. You represent us all, dude. So,
Big
anyways,
man of men.
shouts out to Ott. That was badass, dude.
All right. I have no idea what your sports topic is, though.
No, I hid this from you
Appreciate it.
on purpose because I want real reactions to this.
All right.
So, ESPN releases, and we're going to do this in two parts because I want to go from one to another. So, give me 1 second here.
Somebody's just not preparated enough.
No, make up your own words.
I'll make them up for you, too.
You hear this horse hooves?
Those horsos?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means.
Can you hear it? All right, so, man, I wish I had this already pulled up, but
Yep.
somebody pushed me in this episode. All right, so there's just a little break. That's fine.
It's not like we're going to edit this out, though.
We're not.
This is raw.
Yeah, this is always raw. Okay, so we're going to get into this, and then I'll find exactly what I was talking about. ESPN.
ESPN.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's a good one.
ESPN released. I'm sorry, guys. There was something I wanted for everybody to see, but I'm not going to be able to find it. Just talk shit for me. Let me find this.
About what?
I don't
This
care.
was the topic.
We're talking about sports. Just say anything in your life right now.
Anything in my life. My life's going pretty good, I'll be honest.
You think so?
You know,
I'll watch your life unfold. I know what you.
It could come to a crashing halt. It could come to a crashing halt.
Murdered by the Hulk.
But
elaborate that in code to these people.
No,
Why?
because what if he's a follower?
Well, he's not gonna know what we're talking about him, and if he does, he's already knows everything you do.
He already does that anyway. That's weird.
So Christian is.
I have an arch nemesis.
Is getting lucky. I won't say
Well,
that.
see, no, we can't even go that much into it though. Like, there's no
Christian
point.
Spalding has a beautiful girl he talks to all the time, and she has a very, very, very scary ex-boyfriend that I don't even want to talk about. So.
That's a good way to put it.
And we're not pussies.
And we're not
work
scared
out,
of
we
anybody.
work out and we shoot guns.
Yeah, we
this
brush-
guy's about 480 pounds of pure semi-truck, so...
So, you know, like I said, I have a beautiful life going right now. If it comes to a crashing halt, so be it. I can think of, well, I don't want to say worse ways to go, but I can think of worse reasons to go for it.
No, it's not going to be a worse way. He's going to murder you. No, I'm just joking. All right.
Dude, the funniest stuff
ESPN,
though, along
back to
those
sports.
lines, the funniest stuff ever is like, man, you know I got your back, and I'm like, oh, I appreciate that, bro, and you're like, Yeah, but this time, like, there's not.
I mean,
I can't help you.
I was honest with you.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
just-
what
am I gonna do?
I was like, dude, listen, I got your back, but here, I'm just gonna let him kill you. I'm gonna call the police unless I have my gun on you. No, I'm just joking. We're not gonna shoot you, Mike. But anyways,
All right, back to sports.
ESPN released a very, very controversial top 20 most dominant athletes of all time.
All right.
I'm gonna run through them quick. We'll go from there. Number 1, Tiger Woods.
Wait, he's the most dominant? Like, he is the
That's
number one
yeah.
most dominant?
Dominance rating 17. I don't know. I think it's out of 20. Because number 2 is LeBron James at a 15.6. So, do me a favor.
Wait, so what all factors into that?
Okay, so that's why this is controversial. Nobody really knows what's going on here. Type these names as I tell you these names. This is going to get fun for sports fans.
Wait, you want me to type down all 20?
Yep. Tiger Woods. We're going to have this is a great thing for sports fans. Real quick. Tiger Woods.
All right.
LBJ. Peyton Manning, number 3. Which is a fucking joke. Number 4, Jimmy Johnson. Number 5, Roger Federer. I think that's a good pick there.
What's his last name?
Federer, the tennis player.
Oh, okay. I don't watch tennis.
6, Annika Saranstam. It's a golf player, or a golfer.
I can't, dude. You're asking me to spell this stuff.
Number
I'm
7,
Annika.
Michael Schumacher.
All right.
8, Floyd Mayweather.
You good there?
9, Marta.
What?
We're not in any hurry.
Marta?
We're not in a hurry here. This is a 2,500 hour episode. Marta.
I don't need.
Marta, sound it out. She's a soccer player. M-A-R-T-A.
Sound it out. No, I got
10,
that.
Usain Bolt.
Okay.
11, Lionel Messi. 12, Serena Williams. 13, Lauren Jackson, which is weird to me. 14, Ronaldo, of course. 15, we're not putting that, put a blank because I can't pronounce his name, he's a tennis player. 16, Allison Felix. 17, Barry Bonds. 18, Mike Trout. 19, Manny Pacquiao. 20, Tom Brady. This is the most dominant athletes of the last 20 years. That's the list. Okay, let's talk just a few minutes. I just want to give the list for the listeners to hear, but let's talk about something here. I am an Eagles fan till I die.
All right.
I will agree with that. However, the most dominant athlete 20 years. How in the hell is Tom Brady number 20 when we have seen him absolutely destroy the NFL for all 20 years?
That's true. And he's the last. Like
he's
on
still
the bottom.
going. How is that? How is he not number 1?
Jimmy Johnson is like 30 spots ahead of him on this list of 20.
I'm just saying.
Like.
So, hold on. So, there's something horribly, horribly wrong here.
Peyton Manning's number 3.
Where's Kobe Bryant?
Right.
What? I mean, come on, dude. You got a guy who's in the race for probably one of the top 3 spots of the greatest NBA players of all time.
Right.
Doesn't even have
A spot on this list of 20.
I mean, I don't know.
And then there's some strange.
So, like, Messi and Ronaldo, like 2 soccer players, like, how we going to, I mean,
Yeah,
I get it, and we're in America,
I
I
don't
get
watch
it.
enough of that to be able to like really throw them in there.
I'm just saying, Kobe Bryant and Peyton Manning being number 3, I totally disagree. So explain this and we'll move on to the next topic because it doesn't.
All right.
We're not the biggest.
That's an interesting list though, because I mean there's other people too. Like
how is Peyton Manning 17 spots higher?
than Tom Brady?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I wonder if there's a criteria piece of this.
Somebody else.
Oh, okay. Let me just read their tagline here. You ready?
Yeah.
We see your Manning versus Brady debate and raise you Manning versus Tiger, and Tiger versus Serena, and Serena versus LeBron. Yes, on this ESPN, the magazine's 20th anniversary, we present the definitive 20 for 20, the most formidable, awe-inspiring, and downright dominant athletes of the past 2 decades in order.
Is somebody else that...
Across sports, backed by foolproof math. Listeners,
That list is backed by
foolproof math. So without further ado, the dominance rankings, and with the men of class say without Kobe Bryant, but it's foolproof. Foolproof math, right?
All right. Somebody else, real quick. Somebody you didn't even think of that should be on this list, regardless of all the
20 years though. Remember,
Michael Phelps.
I saw that on the website, and I totally agree with you. How in God's name do you have a top 20 for 20 years without Kobe Bryant, Michael Phelps?
I mean,
How?
You got like multiple people from the same sport, and we're talking about 20 years of
Michael
dominance.
Phelps is the most decorated gold medalist Olympian of all time.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
What?
we're talking about like foolproof list here, but the Olympics being like the world's cup, like
The world's world.
yeah, like
Didn't they fly in aliens from Saturn to compete this year or something?
I'd watch.
I don't know. I'm just
I'd
saying.
watch that.
God, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Did we talk about the packages blowing up?
We didn't.
Okay.
But yeah, wait, where were we ending at on this foolproof list that the men of cause
That it's
do not approve
bullshit.
of?
It's bullshit.
That's,
You're so. I'm
there's
glad
so
we
much-
both. I'm glad that you came up with one. I came up with one. That there's no way.
There's no denying that. Like, even if you're not a sports person, you know Michael Phelps. You that's what I'm saying. You know
Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. Like,
How many do you have? 5 rings? I don't know. I have to look it up. I think 5 or 4. I don't know. 5, I guess. But what the hell? I get LeBron is amazing. He's better than Kobe. I'm not saying that, but in the last 20 years, you're not going to leave Kobe off that list.
alright. And then there's people that I really.
How many times have you ever shot a folded up piece of paper in a garbage can and went, Kobe? that means something.
Yeah, that's.
In retrospect, okay? That's in absolute math, though.
Absolute undisputed.
So I would love to see their equations that go with tennis and swimming and golf and impact on the world. Like what? Like how is that possible?
I don't even get it.
Yeah, that's a little bit ridiculous.
Like, some of them I do agree with. Like, some of those names definitely needed to be on there. Order was a little weird to me.
Peyton Manning is not the top 3 most influential quarterback of all time, or 20 years.
It's just like athlete
He's
in
like
general.
10.
We're talking athlete
Yeah,
in general.
yeah.
We're not even talking about his position or on his team. We're talking in the world.
Yeah, he's like 10 to me, if that. I love Peyton Manning. I'm not saying that, but enough's enough. Come on. I mean, all right. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this.
Wait, where did you just ask if we brought something up? Oh, the package is blowing up.
Well, this is quick. Let's just bring it up. Package blown up 6-1 today. Was found in the FedEx facility. This one didn't blow up. They found it, shut the site down, and they're sweeping the sites in the area for fingerprints and DNA. They don't know. There's a
So
serial.
people are just milling bombs?
They think it's one source, serial bomb.
That he's just in like the middle of one of these
I
like
think it's
warehouses.
Texas. I
And
think
he's just
Texas.
like bombing packages?
Just being a fucking dick and just bombing everybody.
We should ban bombs.
Yeah, that would probably work. So, let's take a quick break.
That's like a tagline. Minute cause. We should ban that.
Let's take a quick break.
What are we breaking for?
I have to.
You have to piss?
No, I gotta get something real quick so we can go to the next topic.
All right. Welcome back.
Okay, so we're back real quick. Let's get into what this is all about.
The meat and potatoes. Communication.
Communication.
Nice symmetry.
So before we get into it, what does communication mean to you?
Communication, like, the world is communication. Like, that's what separates us from other animals, is the fact that we can communicate.
That we can grunt and form sounds that you can pick up through your mind, that you can define into words and sentences that make you do a command or an answer. That's fucked up. Think about
That's
that.
a weird,
Am I
primitive.
wrong?
No, communication is,
Primitive as shit.
well, not really, but it's so advanced at the same time. Like, being able to convey a meaning to another person, like
Yeah, but I could
describing
do
exactly
that
what
to
you
you.
mean.
I could do that to you 25,000 years ago by grunting.
But we might not have had the same.
Well, then I'd hit you until you knew what I was talking about. I mean, that's how it works.
I guess.
Do you believe in dinosaurs?
Yeah.
I do not.
Why? Where did the fossils come from?
I believe in larger versions of the animals and the insects and the lizards, dragons, everything they have like that. Yeah. I'm not joking. This is the first on the podcast. I'm serious about this. I do not believe in dinosaurs.
Well, see, but wouldn't dinosaur just be a name for a very large animal? Like a Komodo dragon. Like, basically, that's just a shrunk down dinosaur.
So I don't believe they were all wrapped in scales. And
Some could have been.
no, I know some. could
Woolly
have been.
mammoths are along the same era, and they're not wrapped in scales.
We actually have frozen woolly mammoths, which I've seen. I believe in those.
See, but that's just as big.
I'm saying, like, let's say a raptor or a T-Rex or something. I don't necessarily believe that's. I don't believe they were completely covered in scales or
plates.
plates like they
Shells.
were. Maybe they. I mean, I know we have
Claws.
evidence that prove that they were either lizard-like or mammal-like. I get it, but I believe that there are certain ways that bones might have fell over the cross millions of years that make things look a certain way. That's what I believe. That could be a 2-hour podcast right there in itself. I'm not getting into that.
How did we get on the topic of dinosaurs?
Communication. Cavemen, 2 million years ago, talking to each other.
Cavemen hunting dinosaurs?
Talk to me without words saying, hey, I think that chick over there's pretty. Hey.
How you doing?
No, you can't talk. Would you ride your T-Rex in?
I have the most amazing T-Rex.
All right, communication. How important is it?
It's vital. Like, there's very few things more important than that. Like, physical type things, like, you know, being healthy, having food and water, and then communication.
But if you're sick, how can you communicate if you can't talk? That'd be bad, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Communication is critical. So let's go 2 different ways: personal life and business life.
All right. Which one first?
Let's start with business because it's boring.
It doesn't have to be, but it can be.
It can be because in my business life, communication is key to me because I have to document everything. If I do something in my professional life, even with this podcast or my job or anything I do musically or anything, if I do it, don't document what I've done, what I've saved, say what I'm doing, talk to myself, talk to my peers, promote it, it's not even real.
Right. Well, okay. Was it last episode we talked about networking? Have we talked about networking?
Yeah, I think. Anyways.
I feel like that's been brought up. The point being is, like, without communication, there's no networking. Networking kind of gets you off the ground regardless of what you're doing. And communication's key to that. But, like, even in the job world, like, especially when it comes to miscommunication, like, I've seen plenty of people be, like, terminated from their job because of miscommunications. Like, somebody says something, it comes off and rubs the person the wrong way because they took the meaning wrong, and that wasn't how, you know, person A intended it. And then next thing you know, like, that gets thrown up through the hierarchy of the business, and then the wrong person hears that, somebody's fired. Like,
or if your boss believes a certain way, no matter what, and you communicate wrong to him, you're going to be the one on shit for that. Or if you're a boss and you believe a certain way, just listen to people.
right.
Don't be a dick. Listen.
But it's definitely important to, like, to talk things out. Like, not even in, like, the
So we'll switch over to personal, but as far as business goes,
be
You're
concise, be clear, and say what you mean. Mean what you say.
and you're also not always going to like what's conveyed to you. But you're going to have to understand that it's something.
Well,
the reason I'm spreading positive about saying that is because you just look at someone else's point of view in the business world.
Right.
I'm not talking about boss to
Well, yeah, it could be employee to employee, or
Well, I'm saying if me and you
coworker to
work together and you got pissed off at something I did, don't you just don't fly off the handle and me
Right,
not
well,
just shut you down.
The most important thing is, yeah, definitely, if you don't understand something, or you take something the wrong way, or you think it could be interpreted different, ask that person for clarification. That's the biggest thing that people mess up on, is they don't ask people to, you know, can you re-explain that for me? Can you elaborate on what you mean?
So this actually happened to me today.
This is a good topic. Wait,
Yeah.
what I just said?
Say it again.
Elaborating on what you mean? Clarification?
Yep.
All right.
So we got a new shipment of computers in today.
All right.
I'm helping these people move them. My badge doesn't have access to a certain room in the building, but somebody else's does. So they said, well, why can't priests get in that room? And the woman said, if you have access to that room, there's a reason. And then she started laughing. So I started laughing louder than her to make fun of her because I was trying to embarrass her for her joke because it looked like I wasn't responsible enough to have access, which is not true.
Right, right.
She was just giving me a hard time. She's a great girl.
Yeah.
But she got me alone later and said, I didn't mean that towards you, I meant that towards the person asking because they didn't have access either. See, I took it completely wrong, and she said, that makes me feel like an asshole when you laugh like that. And I felt horrible. I apologize.
Right.
And I even apologize in front of the woman because I took it as
Her insulting you.
that I don't have access to it. She didn't mean it that way. She was just trying to joke off a serious situation.
Yeah.
So I took it the wrong way.
Yeah.
But I apologize.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here to do. Tell you to apologize. If you hear something wrong, go apologize. Who cares? All right. Personal.
Personal
Ooh, God,
communication.
ooh, I hate it. I don't like this topic.
You know what this makes me think of?
I'm bad at this.
You know what this makes me think of? The funniest story? The me going out and you thought I went out without you?
Oh, yeah, I was pretty pissed off that.
See, that was just miscommunication.
That's going to be a hard story to tell, though,
Well, okay.
where we was.
To outline it.
I'll outline it.
Well, I was going to say, I feel like, so basically you had prior arrangements that you had to go out with some friends, right? Just for some business colleagues.
We could say that.
Yeah, you had some business
I do not
colleagues to
sell
go.
coke or murder people, guys. That's not what it sounds like.
No, but
you
anyway,
had some business.
You had like
negotiations.
prior plans, and you had to go out and meet some people.
And I was out having a great time.
Yeah.
Having a blast.
So then you text me and you're like, all right, well, let's go out later. I'm going to be back. And I was like, all right, man, no problem. I'm out right now. You immediately flew off the handle.
No, I didn't fly off the handle. I was just like, where the fuck are you?
Who are you with?
Because
What
we hang out every night.
We
so
did.
for me to, what was funny is I was already out, so I shouldn't even cared because you were just killing time till I got back.
Yeah, and then you.
But communication got us fucked up. That's the thing. Like I didn't know where he was or what he was doing, so I was like, oh my god. I was like, the one night I go out, like this guy plans this whole big night, and I'm like, can you see my point of view?
No, I definitely see both sides. You're like, oh, I thought we were going out. I was like, we are. And you're like,
oh,
well, who you with? What are you doing?
But mine was a lot more business oriented.
Yeah, no, I know. And I was just killing time because you're like, yeah, I'm going to go out for a minute, so, we'll meet later. I was like, okay, I'm out. You're like, well.
No, it was good. But that's how best friends can
and that's all it takes is just that one little misunderstanding. It's just like.
I didn't get mad, first of all.
No,
I just gave you a hard time.
It was funny. It was a good story.
So, as far as friends goes, let's talk about this. This is something that I believe happens daily. You can have a group of friends, you can have two group of friends. When you communicate with one group of friends, you have to communicate with one or the other people totally different. I have friends from all over the spectrum.
Yep.
I have people from the motorcycle world. I have people that I play basketball with. I have friends like you that pretty much do anything when you get a motorcycle, you play some sports. I have friends at work.
Business friends? Yeah.
I have business friends. So for
professional
me
friends?
to just sit and send a blanketed communication to people, that's not going to work. Somebody's going to get pissed off. And I'm not sitting here, as two men, spreading good vibes for the men of cause, I'm not saying play kiss ass to anybody. You don't have to do that. But if I send the same text to you that I send to somebody that I work with, it's going to be weird. You're going to be like, why are you being so formal to me? Like,
Right.
What's wrong with you? Like,
Yeah, definitely, like, communication is very tailored. And people do that without realizing, and some people don't even, understand the idea behind it. But
and
like
the third people are freaking assholes who don't even tailor fit it. They're just jerks to everything. They don't have no friends.
right, there's definitely those people that like, what you doing?
It's like,
That's
well,
horrible
learning English, first of all.
I'm taking you back to
what are you doing?
But yeah, you definitely have to like tailor your message because you're not going to go try to get a job and like use slang or like make raunchy jokes like me and you would make to each other. That's not how you break the ice with like a manager looking to hire somebody. Not even a little bit.
Your camera's so good.
Your camera's good. I just turned it back on.
Yes. No,
Yes.
That's true. Yeah, your personal, but even the business side aside, I'm not going to sit and.
Oh, okay. Motorcycle people versus jocks.
Okay.
That's
So
two
that's a
very
good thing.
different
So
people.
obviously.
Okay, I say jocks. Athletes or sports fans.
But I'm a jock half the time too.
But you know what I mean,
men
like-
who listen to this podcast are jocks half the time, motorcycles half the time.
Yeah, everybody's got a bunch of different hats.
Meal preppers half the time. Who gives a shit?
Right.
You guys are men. Shut up if you're crying over it. Who cares?
Right,
at
but
this
you
point?
see what I'm saying.
I love you. Just listen. But anyways, I love my motorcycle friends more than anything in this world. But if I was to just send something to somebody that I play basketball with and expect them to understand what I'm talking about in that world, or something, without any names.
Or especially like when you're in person, like the body language is so different if you think about like all the random hand gestures and like hilarious motorcycle sounds you would make to like your riding buddies.
So let's okay. So not at the sake of being redneck, this is exactly how somebody would talk about a motorcycle. Like, man, I was out there and
I was coming around that corner. And
the
like,
ones who can't see, you're revving your right hand. So to somebody who doesn't ride, you're thinking,
does this guy have like a
tick?
spaz?
Like, what's wrong with this guy right now? Or to the guy who plays basketball.
Yeah, and
you're doing your jump shot, saying, "Dude, I shot as a buzzer beater a 3. I got in there," and you're like, "What the hell's going on?" So communication is so important, and it's almost so important for me to talk about as to go home and not study. You don't have to kill yourself thinking about communication.
Just try to be more aware.
Be diligent in your communications to other people.
Right.
Is the thing, because
tailor your message.
So let's wrap this episode up with the king of all king communications to a potential mate. Now we're getting into some shit.
All right, communication there. What's weird is half the time lack of communication is
the
better.
Killer.
Yeah, like that's the key. Is not even
I
like.
don't even know where I produced this pen from, ladies.
Just came out of nowhere. That was genius. Especially for like the audio only section that people can't even see what you're
They don't
doing.
even know what's going to happen.
No idea.
I just swallowed a pen live on set. No, I'm just kidding.
On set, in the studio.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of times like lack of communication, lack of attention, biggest way to win.
Or the biggest way to lose.
Yeah, it's risky. It's risky.
There's a 1% difference.
That's a coin flip and a half right there. You have to be willing to gamble.
So
finding that right amount of communication is a fine line of like balancing your life on a knife kind of thing.
It's and it is so situational.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the potential mate.
And I don't care if you like men or women. It's the same.
Yeah, that's why
fucking
I made
aspect.
women.
And that's the thing. For us, it's going to be women. I'm a straight male. He's a straight male. But also, some of my best friends are homosexual. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I love everybody. But for us, I can speak freely on me trying or being with or having potential mates, that are women. And that shit is...
It's tricky.
It's tricky because...
Especially these days.
So once you're kind of in a relationship for a couple months and then you're
going so the communication's different. That's a different kind of communication. That's feelings and stuff that we're not good at. So you can find that out on your own. We're not the best people to ask advice.
So first of all, we have been in very long relationships. Wrong? Did I say wrong? I meant wrong and long. But yeah. So I was actually engaged for too long. I was in another long-term relationship. So I could tell you all about that, but I don't want to because you know why?
Because they didn't end well.
We spread good vibes. I want to tell you
this is all about good vibes.
Yeah, I don't want to go into that type of shit. But I will tell you this.
Have you had a long relationship that had good vibes? That was overall a good vibe?
So we'll go into this side now. Absolutely, as a gentleman, I'll never say a name on
Right. But I'm just saying, like,
so I will talk
to
about
look back as a whole.
So yeah, so my last relationship was 4 years actually.
Was it more good or more bad times?
Let me talk about it. So 2 years, fantastic.
Honeymoon phase, really extended honeymoon.
I don't even think that's extended. 2 years, you're barely getting to know somebody, man. 2 years, what? The first 2 years of our friendship's the same way.
Right.
I barely know this guy, and he is freaking awesome. 3rd year, this guy's a dick, man. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, seriously. Like,
right.
That's kind of how it works. So 2 years, now I'm with this girl, and everything's awesome. Like communications are open lines. It's crazy because that's what I got out of before and didn't think I could get. So I got in this relationship, and for 2 years we talked about everything. Well, this made me upset. Well, why did this make you upset?
Okay, how can we work on it?
How can we fix this? What can I do to make you not do this or do this or that? And then it works.
Then it all slowly suddenly changes.
The communication stops.
And you just expect
but I'm not saying this is for every relationship.
Right,
this is personal. So, but this is what I feel like happens a lot with potential mates, women. I can't speak on men, but I'm just saying. But with women, is after a couple years, or maybe a couple months for some people, I don't know. But after a couple years, couple months, the communication is so flowing that they think you should already know.
That's the biggest mistake to make with one of us. Yeah, I was gonna say usually anybody, but in my situation and yours is like thinking that we should know what you're thinking I don't know where you're running to, but the idea of expecting us to know, it's a horrible idea. Like, we need hints, we need clues, we need to at least a general outline of what's wrong, like hint at it, like, and we can work from there. We can work from a hint, but expecting us to know.
I can work from a hint, but I can also just take the flat out truth.
Yeah, like you don't have to beat around the bush. You can tell us.
Yeah.
Don't expect us to know. We can't.
I will give men this type of thing. If we fuck up, we know we fucked up. I don't care what anybody says.
Right.
We know we fucked up.
Most times. There's some things, you do little things that make somebody
No,
mad.
little things like getting out of a car too early.
Or
we saw that shit. Oh my God, you left me, you piece. Like, I get that.
yeah, but it's like little things.
The main things that we know.
Okay, so I'm just talking like relationship type things. For example, like say you forgot to do something you were supposed to. You genuinely forgot. Yeah, like say you were supposed to pick up something for her on the way home.
Your kid. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you know, like, or whatever. You forget something at the grocery store, and then like the next thing you know, she explodes, and you're blindsided. Like, wait, you didn't remember the laundry detergent or whatever, and like the next thing you know, like, so we don't always know we mess up.
I'm saying the big things.
But the big things, like in fights, like you say that, you know, you don't hold the punch, and you say...
You talk shit and you say that you have no idea what they're talking about, but guys, I'm a guy, I'm a dude, I've been fighting for...
Right, you know how to pull the strings.
But you know when you've done something bad. Like
right, when you hit that button, that one button, it's like, man, she's really lame.
So this is a real conversation that I had with a woman one time, and this was... the reason our tagline is, we're living life so you can live life as men of cause.
Right.
And this is as true as I can be to anybody. Like I said, I won't drop names, I won't do anything like that. But I was in an argument with my fiance a pretty good while. And this is how bad communication got. And this is why this is the overlaying theme of this podcast, because it's so important in anything you do. We got in this argument, and the fighting was horrible, and it was screaming and chaos and loud. And I hate that. We had a dog, another Yorkie, and it was just such a bad time. And the only thing that I could hear was, admit it was wrong, admit it was wrong, admit it was wrong. And I was like, well, what's going on? What are you talking about? She referred to a thing, I won't talk about a thing. It was not me cheating, had nothing to do with the girl, had nothing to do with anybody. It had to do with me and another male friend drinking a beer and playing a guitar. Nothing cheating, nothing like that. That happened 3 years and 8 months prior to the conversation. So why do you think that happened, though?
Women don't forget.
That, but she didn't communicate to me
back then
all those times, and then that's what...
Yeah, then it grew and grew.
Almost 4 years. So I was like, just communicate. I was like, I'll tell you the truth. No matter what.
We can talk this out. If you let me. Expecting me to know that this was wrong 4 years ago? Like, I do enough bad stuff on a daily basis that you need to remind me what bad...
You're not talking about what happened 2 weeks ago? Shit.
I didn't bring that up on accident.
25 years, though, she'll be like, let me get this fucking diary.
Yeah, back in, 2017, you were, liking somebody's pictures on Instagram.
So, women, listen, when you listen to the podcast, just tell your man what's wrong.
Yeah, just be upfront.
Communicate.
It might, you might be worried that he might get mad. Guarantee you can fix it.
Oh, he'll get mad, but he'll definitely rather work through it than just leave or you leave, one of the two.
Right, yeah. Because if you just let it build up in 25 years when you pull out your diary, it's a big explosion.
You got 10 kids, worried about money and stuff like that. It's not a good thing.
Get it out of the way. Something like if something comes up, like you don't have to stop everything you're doing right then and there, but like the first chance you get is a good time to talk about whatever's bothering you. Like that's genuine advice.
That's genuine good advice.
Where we go? Like let's go back to non-relationship communication.
Yeah, so I want to finish up with what I want to talk about here. Family communication.
That's a tricky one.
To a man.
That's a tricky one.
Because it could apply to a man who's single, a man who's married with kids, a man who's got a job, a man who's living at home. Communication with family is a very, 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 very tricky subject.
Yep.
Because I love my family a
Yep.
lot. There's certain members of my family that make me have anxiety.
Yep.
And I know you guys are probably listening. Stop doing dumb shit.
No, I agree with that.
Well, talk to me. Tell me how you agree with that. This ain't my podcast, boy. I'm just kidding.
Ours. But no, and some of the trickiest stuff when it comes to like the whole communication thing is like, you have this idea, like a stigma that it's going to hurt your family's feelings to tell them the truth. It may, but sometimes you gotta break that.
Why is that a bad thing?
Yeah, like it might hurt their feelings, but if it's for the better, if you need to actually talk about it and get it off your chest, like, so what if it hurts their feelings? If they're your family, like you can talk it out.
They're your family, but also if you break it down to family, member sections, some of them are shitty.
Yep.
You guys listening, you guys watching, some of your family members are shitty. And as men, I'm not saying go out there and make them feel shitty, but you don't have to deal with that. As a man, dude, I've had to do that. I've had to take a step back and be like, look, this man's shitty in my family. He's doing shitty things with his family. And I can step up and fight this guy and stand up and be the Batman of my family, or I can just let him be shitty. I'm not talking about if he has like a drug problem. No, I'm just saying like he might have a shitty attitude.
Right.
Like it's not always your job to be the hero in a communication situation. Sometimes it's your job to say you have a shitty family member to listen to your grandma or listen to your mom or listen to your brother.
Yeah, it doesn't like
communications is 50% listening, just as it is talking.
Yep.
And family is the most important, because I can tell you this right now on the podcast: family will talk your ear off.
They will.
More than a girl will. Your family will tell you shit you've never wanted to know in your entire life. I'm 26 years old. I can tell you, my grandma calls me every day, and I love her more than anything. But she tells me so much shit I can't even fathom half the time.
I know where you're coming from, man, for sure, like without a doubt. But at the end of the day, that means you're a reliable person, and you're a good communicator because they want to talk to you and get your opinion on those things. Obviously, it means you're well loved and stuff. That's not where we're going with that, but it's just like that's also at the same time that's an honor when like your family comes to you for advice and to talk and like talk through things. So that's a good thing. Sometimes that can be full of anxiety and overwhelming and stressful, but not that
But look at it as a good thing.
Yeah, like just
I'm trusted,
look at that
I'm loved.
as
Let me break this information down, because
you're respected enough in your family that you are the person that all those people look to, and that's a good feeling.
And also, here's the thing: if somebody brings you that much information, they don't expect you to process it right on the spot.
Usually.
You have those situations.
Yeah.
Same with the girl or friends or your job. But the thing is if they come to you with 10 family problems, hey, listen.
Sometimes they don't even want you to fix it. They just need to talk about it.
This is me talking shit. This ain't my grandma coming. This is just an example. Yeah, grandma, blank. Let me go home. Let me think about this. Let me call you back. A couple hours later, call back. Okay, so I know Uncle Blah Blah's doing this. I know cousin's doing this. I know brother's doing this. Let's let them do this. Let's let them chill out. Let's figure it out, and then together we can overcome this.
Right.
Sometimes when you get communicated to, it's just an ear to spout in. They don't even care about your input. But if you can go home and think about it and give a good input, do it. As men, do it.
Right.
Don't be overbearing. Say, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to kick his ass. No, absolutely not.
Not
in a family setting. Not in a family setting. Friend setting, girlfriend setting, business setting. Yes.
It's different.
Man up. Say, no, motherfucker. This is what I believe in. Family setting, absolutely different. Hey, listen. I want to talk to you, Christian. Your sister's acting a fool over here. She's acting crazy. Well, let me go home and think about it, and I'll call you back. All right. Well, this is what we need to do. She needs this. She needs this. All right. I appreciate you talking to me. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah. Well, like we could try it this way or try it this way.
But you ain't gonna say, let's beat her.
Yeah. Let's cut her out of the family. Like
she don't need no money. That's a joke.
Right.
That's a joke.
Right.
And that's coming from people without kids. It's a totally different story with kids, and when kids are involved. And I'm not going to sit and pretend to know about that because I don't care enough to know about it because I don't want kids. So, just saying. We're taking a drink break here since nobody's talking.
Since nobody's talking. But no, I agree.
Shout out to Cody Thompson for the only person that ever commented on our videos so far.
Right.
Thank you for that, Cody.
Keep it up, bro. What's isn't his YouTube name like Sasquatch? Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, Cody Tangs. I don't know. We'll get you shit.
But yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Dude, we're wrapping up.
Okay, so
what do you want to talk about at the end? Abortion? No, I'm just kidding. God.
Time travel?
Time travel, God, aliens,
Bigfoot?
Abortion. Yeah, you got
Cody?
time? No, I'm just joking with you, but
I feel like that was a pretty good episode.
We're getting really, really great responses.
Yeah, I do appreciate, and like for the constructive feedback for everybody that's been listening. Like I've actually had about 4 people come to me with ideas, with things to try, things to look for, and general constructive criticism.
Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. I know a couple of you were trying to tell me these things and not sound like mean about it, and I don't take it that way at all. Like
be mean. We need that.
Well, no, like they just thought I would take offense to that. Yeah, like we don't take offense to that. Like we read that. All the stuff that you guys are giving us.
So there's 2 things for that. or number one is obviously tell us everything that you
Yeah,
think would
be
make us better,
descriptive. Be descriptive.
even if it's mean. Because number two is we're not stopping.
No,
wanna
we're gonna
doing
keep
this
going,
shit.
but we want it
if
to
we
be
have
better.
1,000 episodes, y'all's going to hear our voices. But if you all tell us what's going on, we can fix it.
Yeah, we can make it better.
But we're not stopping.
So, things like somebody brought up lighting, audio. We're working on that. We got more mics now.
We're going to have a different table set up next week too.
Yeah,
it's going to be a lot.
We need a big table.
It's going to be a lot better.
I know for all the people just listening and not watching, that's not a big deal. But for us, that would make things so much easier.
So I would like to touch on this point. So the people just listening and not watching, but you can watch us on YouTube, Men of Cause or The Men of Cause, or you can follow us on Instagram at The Men of Cause.
Yeah, we post on occasion.
Yeah, it's fun. We actually got like a lot of members quick. So anyways, you guys are going to get this awesome 4th episode. This is 4?
We're just going to title this communication.
Yeah, they're not going to be a number at this point because we're fucking everything up. But we're trying.
Well,
but
not
you're gonna
really.
get
See,
this
I can
good-
still put the other one out, but
We'll talk. But there'll be. This is going to be great quality. The first 2 are not going to be the greatest quality on podcast.
I feel like you
only.
could still run through that and put some filters on it.
We're going to do that, but this one's going to be how the standard will be from now on.
Well, okay,
So-
this is getting there. We still have a second mic that we're in the midst of figuring.
Working with.
We're working out the bugs.
Yeah.
So this is what you can expect more or less, and it only gets better from here.
But I do want some ideas or some challenges for us to go do as men.
We're
Give us
still
something.
working on actual like Huntington style interviews with like business leaders.
That's going to come a lot in the spring, summer when the
Yeah.
weather breaks. It's a little bit too shitty right now for everything.
Right, and then we still got to work on like the format of that and how we're going to do it.
I sold my Harley.
You did when you get the next one.
Soon I'm dying
Hey,
inside.
tell the people what you're buying.
I'm buying a new fat boy, skinny boy and a fat boy.
Yeah,
That's
my
gonna
dad
be
was asking about
Harley
that.
Davidson. To those who's not listening,
I forgot we talked about that in like
Google it
2
up.
episodes ago. But my dad's like, "What kind of bikes Casey buy?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" You're like, "He sold his Harley."
He knew it in the last.
Yeah,
that's
in
awesome.
episode 2, I think.
Episode
but,
2. This one's long as shit. I don't know how long this is.
But to wrap up, communication's important.
Communication is not important. Communication is key, mofo. No, I'm
It
just
is
joking.
key.
He's right.
It is key.
But listen, guys, thank you guys. We have had over 100 views in probably
A day?
2 days.
2
Man,
days.
guys, thank you guys so much.
Definitely appreciate all the feedback, all the ideas, all the support. Definitely share, show it to your friends.
Share it. Even if you're at work, just wanting to listen to some shit, or you're doing something, or homework or something, just throw it on and listen to us talk.
Right.
Because we'll be
Hit
talking.
that refresh button.
Yeah, please do. No, but thank you so much. I mean, literally 100 views in 2 days, man. I couldn't ask for more. I
Right.
mean, thank you guys so much. Like I said, find us on Instagram, Men of Cause, The Men of
That's at the Men
Cause.
of Cause. Yeah, and to end it, that's Casey.
That might be Christian. No, I'm joking.
We're the Men of Cause guys.
Yeah, dude. Thank you
Take it
guys for
easy.
listening so much. We love you guys.